I don't usually do predictions. I rarely ever do predictions, but in this video I'm going to do one. I'm going to do it, and it is based on around $11,800, $12,000. I think that's the next Bitcoin move. In this video, I will explain exactly why. What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming by Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe on the way in. Let's jump into the video. I'm not trying to waste your time. This is Bitcoin zoomed out on the weekly. Now, I want to just preface this. If this ends up not happening, and this is it. This is why you don't do predictions if you're a YouTuber. You get yourself into trouble. But if this doesn't happen, we'll talk about it, right? And it's actually, if it doesn't happen, it'll be good data to really provide us direction as Bitcoin may be turning pretty bearish. So right now, Bitcoin on the weekly chart, we have the swing high back here, middle of August, to the previous swing low, this weekly candle swing low right around 9,800. We have our Fibonacci retracement. This is the area I believe Bitcoin is going to retrace to at the very least test the 786 line, sitting right around $11,800 to $900, down to the 618, right around $11,500. I truly think Bitcoin will retest this area. Bitcoin is putting in potentially, and this is it. This is the game changer moment for Bitcoin. It's potentially putting in a lower high from the swing high all the way back to the bull market high in 2017. So you had the original swing high, bull market high, and then you have our last summer swing high. Bitcoin potentially putting in a very bearish lower high. Now, the case for Bitcoin entering a bull market, there are many cases, and Bitcoin would need to break finally this last summer swing high, but that's not what this video is about. This video is solely about Bitcoin revisiting this area. Now, each one of these swing highs from 2017 to last summer, Bitcoin did this. It tested that Fibonacci retracement area. So basically, we had our swing high, bull market high, to this, you can see the second red weekly candle wicking down to like 11,100 from $20,000. Crazy huge bounce off of that area. And you can see that wick going all the way up into maybe a couple weeks later, Bitcoin testing this green channel. That's the 618 to 786 retracement for Bitcoin, Fibonacci retracement. Bitcoin does it so often on the weekly, the daily, the 6 hour, the 4 hour, whatever. The swing high last summer, Bitcoin, you can see it. If we take our swing high last summer to our second week swing low, you can see in the third week there, this red candle wicking up into that Fibonacci retracement. You can even see a month later, Bitcoin testing that retracement once again, that green channel, and failing. We are looking for a very similar thing right now. If Bitcoin breaks above this area, puts in weekly closes above this area, this green channel here, this green rectangle, if Bitcoin makes a run for that, puts in weekly closes above, that is crazy bullish confirmation for Bitcoin. Even if this didn't happen in those previous two swing highs, we'd really be tracking this entire Fibonacci channel. And if you go to the daily chart, this is what it looks like. This is the swing high in the middle of August, right here, to our previous swing low. Bitcoin would need to make a move to the upside here to this channel. Now, this is a prediction video. I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight. However, along the way, even if it does happen, we can still retest all down here, this support area, the previous swing low, Bitcoin 10,000, 9,800, 9,900. Bitcoin can still do that, right? And then finally make a bounce. So have some patience in my prediction playing out, but this is what I'm looking at, this channel right here. And what makes it exciting is everything else going on. So we talked about the weekly chart, right? These previous swing highs over the course of the last years or so, but there's other things going on this weekly chart. Take a quick look at this video from 4 days ago. 50 line on the RSI momentum oscillator being tested right now on the weekly chart. Okay, so that is the weekly chart once again, and Bitcoin basically, I did that video 4 days ago. We talked about how Bitcoin really needs to see a bounce off of this line right here. You can see where the line just bounced off of. It's like right around 58 or 53, 54 line. You can just see it right there. you can see Bitcoin bounced off of that. And I'll open up just so you can get a clear view of this, right? This bounce, not saying it's going to hold. This is the weekly RSI slower moving momentum oscillator, but we talked about in that video how Bitcoin in the last bull market and the beginning of the last bull market, all here, here, Bitcoin saw bounces of support off that area. And this was while Bitcoin was just seeing these huge retracements, 30% plus retracements on its way up to the bull market high, right? So along the way, Bitcoin saw huge dips and we bounce off of this line on the weekly RSI. So with that being said, you can even see last summer in this swing high that Bitcoin had, Bitcoin was kind of doing something similar at that line, right? And I think I even did a video on it. I don't remember exactly, but we talked about, could this be it? Bitcoin entering into the next bull market. And you can see what happened. It failed to stay above that line. But right now, Bitcoin has consistently, for the last few months, I would say, stayed above this line. And what's cool is we can track right now what Bitcoin does in the short term, meaning is Bitcoin going to continue the short-term bounce to this Fibonacci retracement that we talked about? If so, we're going to see upward momentum on this RSI line on the weekly chart. So we will see potential bounce here if we get some bullishness going on for Bitcoin in the coming days. So time really will tell. We go to the 6 hour, we get a sense of, all right, well, what's Bitcoin's next move, right? Is Bitcoin going to revisit these previous swing lows down in this area? We have this falling channel, the descending channel we talked about in yesterday's video. What's cool right now is Bitcoin has basically broken the upper trend line. Whether you're measuring the wicks of these candles or the open and closes of these candles, you can see these two lines, Bitcoin currently above both of them. And in the immediate future, I think the biggest indicator of whether or not my prediction will be right, I'm talking even in the next 24 hours, will be how Bitcoin performs really above these two trend lines right here. And they're extremely close to where Bitcoin is right now. I mean, there's like no separation right now. 1% away, I would say 0.5% to 1% away Bitcoin is from those trend lines. So will Bitcoin get some separation to the upside in the short term in the next 24 hours? Will we trickle alongside this area? That could be good. That could be support, consolidation for continuation to the upside. Or will Bitcoin fail to see support, and will Bitcoin basically make its way down to this area, testing those previous swing lows? One thing is for sure, we talked about this wick. This was from like September 7th, right around 10,500. 10,500, everybody, is the short-term bullish area. If Bitcoin can break through that area, and again, that is not that far to the upside. We're talking around 1% to the upside. So Bitcoin is 1% away to the upside, 1% away from the downside, of really kind of giving us an idea of its short-term direction. So let's see what happens in the next 24 hours. But this is my prediction. Whatever Bitcoin does in the short term, we'll see. But I guess you would say the midterm, potentially short term, I think Bitcoin will retest this Fibonacci retracement. And that's not necessarily bullish, because we saw what happened in the previous swing highs over the years. Bitcoin failed to break above that area, failed to break above the area there. Bitcoin failed, or could fail, I should say, to break above the area here. If it does break above and stays above, that is bullish confirmation, everybody. Time will tell. I wanted to share this chart with you. I think it's a really cool chart. It's something to really watch in the short term, the midterm, see what happens. But yes, it all does start on this 6 hour chart with this pattern. Let's see what happens. Breakout target for this pattern, right around $11,000. This could be the beginning of Bitcoin testing that very key Fibonacci channel. Remember, 11,900 or so down to 11,500 or so. So time will tell. Let me know your thoughts below. I want to hear your predictions. Please, if this doesn't play out, just give me a break, cut me a break. Don't hate, don't unsubscribe. Hit the subscribe if you are here and you're not a subscriber. Hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome night. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.